Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Reflex again. And listen, I wasn't going to plan on making a video about this, but I just ended stream and I went to check this out and do a full, in-depth reading of this TWAB slash, update message, whatever you want to call it. And this thing is amazing. Destiny, dude, this is why I love Bungie, man. They're smart. They're smart. The Outriders demo came out today, and they knew a lot of people were going to be playing and hyping that game up. So what did they do? They released this amazing article today, and it's just mind-boggling. Like, everything that they're changing, they're, updating, fixing, whatever it be. There's a lot to go in here. Some of the biggest things is 3 peaking being taken away, some stasis nerfs, sunsetting is being sunset, and there's a much more in this article. So I'm going to be going over the important bits today, like them extending the Witch Queen launch date, the PvP stasis nerfs, the PvP3 peaking nerfs, the upcoming updates, Vault of Glass, all the major stuff that stands out. If you want to go read through the entire thing, I'll leave a link in the description. Now, I know this typically isn't something I do on this channel, but we're going to do it because for all my Destiny players out there, this is huge. This is huge. Big news. We're going to read it all here today. So, let's get into it. So they mentioned here for 2021, this means upgrading our approach to keeping Destiny's weapon and armor game fresh, refining our vision for PvP, which is pretty cracked as a PvP player myself. That's nice. Implementing Transmog, adding Crossplay, and more. But they get more depth with it below, which, let's go down. So another thing they mentioned is infusion caps. This is where they get into talking about sunsetting basically. So how this is going to work is any weapon that isn't sunset already, it will be able to be fused into a higher power cap starting in season 14. So that means weapons like Fellwinter's, Astral Horizon, True Prophecy, Dire Promise. That's the beginning of it. All those weapons that aren't already sunset can be infused and have no more power cap. The weapons you can't use, obviously, will be your mountaintops, your revokers, and such things. So that's pretty cracked. They sunsetted sunsetting. Who would have thought? So that means you can take your Falling Guillotines, your Astral Horizons, True Prophecies into whatever game mode you like and dominate with a everlasting infusion cap. Let's go, Bungie. Round of applause to you guys. Big W's, big moves out here. So here they talk about, since they're capping everything, they're going to look into, nerfing some things and make everything a little bit more balanced. And they specifically say Fellwinter's and Warmind cells, which, yes, Fellwinter's plagues the Crucible. It is insane. I mean, I use it. Yes, I know. I'm a dirty Fellwinter's user. But, I mean, it's insane, right? It's insane. I'm starting to use Duality, though. I think it's actually pretty nuts. And obviously, Warmind cells for PvE players, those things are pretty cracked too. You can get some pretty nuts builds out there. I've been saying this for a while. The Eichlos SMG is nuts, and Warmind cells are really nice in PvE for clearing ads or whatever. So instead of having to grind 50 power levels every single season, they're going to be doing something similar to Season of the Dawn, where it's only a plus 10 power level increase. So basically, all you'll be doing will be pinnacle activities to get your plus 10 power. So instead of doing powerful drops like Battlegrounds or like the bounties that for the vendors, everything is going to need to be pinnacle drops. So that'd be raids, dungeons, gambit matches, whatever. Those drop pinnacles. So moving down to my favorite section of this article, and that is the Angels of Death section, which is basically PvP. Let's get the elephant out of the room here, right? Or however that saying goes. First day Season 15 will be addressing 3 peaking in Trials and Competitive. Dude, finally. In these modes, emotes will be disabled and players will be unable to pull out any third-person weapon that doesn't have ammo. Third-person experiences are part of what makes Destiny gameplays feel so good, but it was clear in our most competitive arenas that these mechanics were being used in ways we did not intend. It's a tricky problem to solve in Destiny's complicated sandbox, but we think this is a good starting point. It is a great starting point, Bungie, and I'm really glad you addressed this, because the way you're going about it is what everyone was suggesting to do. Not being able to pull swords unless you have ammo, and locking emotes in competitive modes, which is crazy. Great jobs to you, Bungie. I know this may be a little controversial, but they're saying all this stuff, but I want to see some action, Again, any game dev could say that they're fixing this, but I want to see this, right? I want to see this, but I'm, really glad that they at least acknowledged it and are saying something about it. It is amazing. Thank you, Bungie. Thank you, thank you. And the next section is the stasis nerfs, which, thank God. As we know, Crucible is a ability game mode now. It is an ability game mode. There's no gunplay at all. So, starting off Behemoth Titan, they're decreasing the damage reduction. Finally, right? Finally. That super is literally the Hulk. That thing, it just can't be killed. And it lasts the entirety of the Harry Potter franchise. Like, it's insane. It lasts forever. Next, increase super energy cost when performing light attacks. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Remove freeze AoE on supercast. That is another nice thing. And then they reduce the shivering strike when slowed, which is nice. Or the traveling, whatever. Revenant Hunter, decrease withering blade damage and tracking. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a Hunter main, and I can just say with confidence, those things they're insane, bro. They're insane. So having a decrease is perfect. Because if you enter a gunfight, hit someone with that, it's an easy free kill. So glad they're decreasing the damage and the tracking of that, because it's pretty crazy. Decrease slow stacks applied to targets. Perfect. Remove Shadow Dive damage reduction. So with this, we'll be more in balance with the Titans, because when the Titans use their slide ability through a wall, they take damage, while we Shadow Dive and we don't. Which I don't know who thought that was a good idea to originally add, but nice to see that we're a little bit more in balance. And for my Warlocks, you're not getting nerfed for once. That's a first. They fixed a bug where Ice Flare bolts wouldn't track targets immediately on creation. Fixed a bug where Shade Bender super projectiles were not tracking until a certain distance traveled. General decreased crystal shatter damage. Perfect. So glacial grenades, and when you're killing a frozen enemy, the damage will be reduced. Perfect. So Shadow Dive will almost indefinitely be dead. Thank you. So they're talking about also in Season 15, they're adding more damage reduction while frozen, which is perfect, because then how it works, if you're frozen, you're just dead. There's no coming out. If you're frozen, you don't even gotta click V or whatever it is on controller, dude. You're just dead. They're gonna run after you and free kill. And here they say at the start, in the first paragraph there, they say they're looking to adjust overall ability usage rates to make sure guns and gunplay are always key to success in the Crucible. Thank you, Bungie. It is no more, or hopefully it's not going to be an ability game mode anymore. Hopefully it'll be more gunplay. Here they talk about getting into anti-cheat sort of stuff and talking about how they kind of plan on improving it. So as we all know, recently Bungie, or if you don't know, Bungie just recently expanded the size of their team, which is excellent. Good for you. And they're looking to have a huge portion of that go to game security. They're going to overhaul the Trials reward system so the casual player can, feel more confident in the game mode and actually be able to get loot, because as you know, Trials is very sweaty, and it sways a lot of people from playing the game mode in general because it's just so sweaty. But people want the loot, right? So that's why there's a lot of recovs, that sort of things. So they're going to be not really reissuing, but reworking it so it's more, open for players to join. And they say they're investigate opportunities for solo players to participate in Trials regularly. So I don't know if there's going to be a freelance mode or not, or how that will work. But they're also going to be looking at the loot for Iron Banner as well, which is nice, because Iron Banner's loot's kind of stale as well. But they're going to balance. Their plan is to balance PvP, which is perfect. PvP's been neglected for how many years and seasons. So it's nice to see them actually looking into stuff and reworking everything. And again, day one raid race for Vault of Glass. So there's going to be a second one. There's one in D1. Now there's going to be another one in D2, which is kind of interesting. I've never done Vault of Glass, so it'd be nice to do that and possibly participate in it. So you might see your boy on Twitch participating in the Vault of Glass day one raid. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But day one Vault of Glass, Pog Champs. They're going to be adding a master version to it as well, similar to how they had prestige raids back in the day with Leviathan, Spire Stars, and Eater of Worlds. But instead of prestige, it's going to be a master version, so it's going to be interesting. It's probably going to be more like champions or something like that. Who knows? But we'll see when that time comes. Transmog, another big thing as well. We've known this has been coming in Season 14, but now they've broken down how everything's going to work. So Ada 1's returning. She's going to have something called a loom, or Ada's loom. And to get your armor, you're going to need what's called armor synthesis. You can get these armor synthesis by completing quests/bounties that Ada 1 will give you, and it'll reward you with a synthesis. From there, you can use that armor synthesis to go to your collections and unlock a piece of gear to use. To be honest, I didn't expect it to be like this. It is cool because I've been waiting for Transmog for a long time. I just was not expecting the system, but for those of you who don't have time to complete the missions or bounties, they've also added the ability to purchase it with silver. That I don't know if I agree with, but at least we're getting something. It's better than nothing. They're also taking away stacks of shaders too, so you don't have to have stacks of shaders in your inventory. They're going to be a permanent unlock now. So when you go to your gear, all your shaders will be there by the sounds of it. Perfect. Clear out some of that inventory space. But below here, you do have the new armor kind of appearance customization screen. As you see there's the helmet, and there's all the helmets there. I see some Black Armory ones, some Forsaken ones. So, and there's the lock icon there. Those are the ones, from my understanding, are the ones you don't that they haven't unlocked out the synthesis. All your ornaments will be there, and then the obviously ornament armor will be there too for you to unlock and then equip to your piece of gear, which is excellent. And last but not least, last biggest thing, is the crossplay discussion. Now, they've cleared up some things here. Makes it, sound a lot better than what it was. So they say with crossplay, you'll be able to play with your friends no matter what platform they're on. Obviously, that's what crossplay means. And don't worry, we won't be matching console against PC. Yes, that's what I was wondering, because when they added that stability nerf, everyone thought it was going to be a permanent thing, which it now is not. What they're going to do, unless PC players invite their console friends, it'll be PC versus PC and console versus console. So I'll add some balancing, which is excellent. Ikora Ray's coming back in Season 14. She's been useless for like 12 seasons now. So she's going to be coming back. They're implementing stasis weapon energy weapons, and power weapons. So possibly hinting at some stasis overshields on enemies. Possibly, maybe, who knows, if they're adding stasis of energy weapons. You never know. And finally, last but not least, a rough draft at the Witch Queen armor, which, I mean, to me looks a little interesting. It's one of the armor sets. Again, it's a rough draft, and we still have a little bit over a year left, so we're chilling. But that's basically it for this article. There's a lot to take in there. If you do, again, want to read the entire thing, I will link the whole thing in the description of the video. I didn't go through the whole thing because there is a ton here, and this would be like an hour-long video. And no, you guys don't want to sit through an hour-long video, or maybe. I'm basically filling in the big parts there, major parts of the TWAB/article. But if you did enjoy this video, as always, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It means a lot to me. Check out our Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/Reflex Phantom. I'm live there every second day, playing Destiny, slaying out in the Crucible, top 500 plays, always. But also stay tuned for my Dead Man's Tale Scout Rifle review. I am currently working on the catalyst for that thing. Once that catalyst is complete, I will be uploading my review video on that. I was going to get one out without the catalyst, but the catalyst got released, and this thing is insane. Insane now. So stay tuned for that video. And stay tuned for a Funny Moments Outriders video as well. I'll have that out soon. Again, with all being said, take it easy, everybody. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Later.